the Crust Corner.
Hello, Mr. Jaco.
What's up, buddy?
Cheers. Good evening. Good evening. How's it going, man?
Cheers to you, sir.
Cheers.
Going
Cheers.
okay. I'm having a battle with the beard game today.
Oh, you're battling the beard game?
I am. I'm gonna rant a moment because like you guys can see, I'm follically challenged on my head. So you'd think I'd have the ability to grow a nice beard can come in good, but no. So I've got to play with all that nonsense because I'm patchy and the follicle challenge on my face. So it's frustrating, you know what I'm saying, man? But other than that, I am great, man. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. Another Saturday night. We are back, and
we're back, baby.
We're still doing our thing. It's so funny because we did the first show and it was like, oh, here we are, 2021, woo! And here we are. It's still 2021, and there's weird, odd shifts and crazy stuff happening. But there's some positivity going on, and we're going to try and ride that wave for as long as we can.
That's exactly it. Like you said, man. The post earlier today, and the whole purpose of this is to try to get people on here together to just have a good time. And escape some of the chaos and nuttiness of what's going on out there in the world, and just enjoy a fun time.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, like we there's so much news and so much crap that we look at and face every day, and I think that was the motivation to do the show and just to connect with people and realize that there's people doing some pretty awesome stuff and trying to stay positive, especially through all this stuff. So yeah, that's why we're here, and plus it helps us too mentally.
Oh no, absolutely. Hey Christine, what's up? And hey Nigel, thank you. I will accept your comb over beard idea as a good thought to help out with my issue. As you can see, I didn't like the idea for the top of my head, so I don't know, but maybe things will work out. We'll see.
That is good. Oh, grow the beard like extra long and just like flop over your whole head.
Get some of that cool tip top or tiptoe or whatever it is that we get from our buddy Mark, and throw it on my beard and make it stick to one side. Yeah,
that's not a bad idea. So, yeah, the last little recap maybe from our last guest, Priscilla was with us the last show that we had, Creepy, as everyone got to know her, and what a great show that was.
Oh, it's awesome. And
it's kind of interesting going into or starting out the year off January with this kind of almost not more. Well, it's kind of morbid. I mean, what she did was burn bodies, but we talked to her in the light of the respect that she had for the job that she does, and for how she did it. So something that might seem seemingly dark to a lot of people was, we talked about it in the sense of her just having this pride in what she did, and it was really still the positive flip of it.
Well, and you just hit the word that I think we expressed with her then was this pride that she took, because at the end of the day, what she does is something that's, like you said, morbid. It's not something you deem as, whatever, but in the end of the day, she had I guess a certain way of wanting to make sure that they were treated with a certain sense of respect too. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like the dying or the dead, I should say, not the dying, the dead. And she expressed that, and it was great, dude. Because I got to tell you, I mean, it was really interesting talking to her in terms of some of that, like how she approached it and being so close to all that stuff.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. So we have this is crazy because I was reflecting, especially today, having done the show now for. We're really coming up on a year of doing the show. CKD Clothing's been around for just slightly over a year now, and then the show kind of materialized basically when the fucking pandemic happened.
Yep.
And I was like, we need some kind of outlet. We need a way to put some positive stuff out there to highlight and showcase some folks that are doing some cool shit. Despite everything that was going on.
That's it, man.
And it's interesting, like how we started with some of our closer knit friends that we were talking to, that I felt was really important to talk to.
Yeah.
And because we were having firsthand experiences, like, yo, this is crazy shit that's going on. Like, what are you doing to cope? What do you do? How are you getting through all this stuff?
Yeah.
And then it was, especially with social media and Instagram, a lot for me because I utilized Instagram to push the CKD clothing. It was like, it was, the way the internet works. You just start to connect and see stuff, and it's like a puzzle piece. And you're like, wait, who's this person? Let me check out their interests because they have some similar interests, music or whatever it is. And then we started reaching out, chatting with people, and then it started to get broader and broader with what we were doing. Next thing we know, we're talking to people in Boston, and then we were like talking to people in California. So it was starting to spread out. And now tonight, of course, I think it's a super special episode because we're talking with someone that's in another country.
Literally.
Crush, kill, destroy.
Absolutely, man.
So before we get into that, we got the what do you call it? A Crush, Kill, Destroy. I'm sorry, the Crush Corner T-shirt that we still have available on the website, and
very cool concept of the whole like tour shirt, concert shirt concept on the back.
Yeah, the back's pretty cool. A couple of people grabbed those. Those will be on the site, I'm sure, and definitely I can change them up year after year or something like that. But they're really cool. Nice. So grab one if you haven't. Oh yes, and one thing I want to definitely remind people about, because I've been getting a lot of emails about the T-shirt contest.
Ooh, that's right.
And I know that
7 days to go or so, right? 8 days.
Yeah, you know what? I think as typical artists, being one myself, I know I wait last minute to do stuff, and then I'm always trying to hustle for a crunch, to crunch for a deadline. So if it comes down to it, I'm definitely going to extend the deadline. I probably shouldn't even say that because artists will be like, yeah, dude, I got like at least another week or two. But anybody hanging out with us tonight, if you want to share and tell your friends, CKD t-shirt design contest, cash prize, it's actually $250, which is pretty cool, I think. You get you kind of get to hang out with us on the Crush Corner. You get some free swag and of course bragging rights. And you can definitely email me for more details. But I've gotten a couple people asking about a little more questions to try to like figure out what exactly they're going to do. So, cool. But definitely spread the word, please.
Yeah, do that. What's going on, Sean? And I think do we have our friend with the cool videos on? I think.
Oh, who's that?
Our quarantine video buddy.
Oh,
he's saying what's up? Yeah.
Right on
over here.
Taina, nice.
Yeah, Taina. We got all kinds of stuff going on. Glad everybody's joining in. Appreciate it.
Heck yeah. So yes, we have tonight our first official international
frozen wastelands of Canada. Yeah, I feel like that down here today. I got to tell you.
Is it? Oh yeah,
cold down here.
Oh yeah, it's cold. Yeah,
cold today.
So
we talked about one other thing.
Oh yes, tell me, remind me.
Yes. The concept or thought of trying out a colored t-shirt idea.
Yes, this is true.
So breaking a little bit away from the norm
of
the black and the white, but then thinking, okay, well, I mean, I know you did something a little bit different with the woman's shirt. You went with a white with the black ink. Yeah. So I know that we've kicked it around and it's something that's still kicking, but maybe that's something on the rise, right? Add a little color to the mix.
That is true. So if you guys keep an eye out, I think I'm going to test the waters and start posting some stuff that some shirts that aren't actually black shirts, and we're probably thinking maroon, deep blood red. So we'll maybe I'll get some of those out to some people and see how it goes, see what they think.
And you know what, guys? Anyone that's signed up on the site, we got the email thing going on. Feel free to send in, some ideas if you think that idea works. You think it'd be pretty cool for the maroon, burgundy, reddish thing.
Yeah,
we'd love to hear from you.
Sean's got an idea already. He said a pink shirt.
Pink.
You never know.
Okay. Hey, yeah.
Anyway, without further ado, and these guys don't have to just listen to us flap our chaps, I say that we welcome Thea Munster. into the Crush Corner.
Let's do it.
Hi.
Hello, Tan.
Oh, from the exotic land of Canada.
Yeah. Thank you. Really, thank you so much for taking time to hang out with us. I was all prepared tonight. See?
I know. Thanks for repping Night Shell. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I was actually thinking about Thea because I always try to go back and find my connection with the people that I talk to, and some are a little bit easier to be like, oh yeah, it was a friend of a friend of a friend or something, but it was somehow, you know, obviously social media maybe in a feed, and then hearing the theremin, there had to be some kind of connection where this came up. You know, I don't know how algorithms really work on Instagram. I don't really get that.
Baiting or something. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever it was, you know, it grabbed me, and I was like, whoa, this is so cool. And then I started following the stuff that you were doing, and obviously I reached out to you, and then looking a little deeper and realizing that you were in the band and everything. So welcome. I'm so glad that you're able to take some time and chat with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you cover quite the gamut of things that you're involved with. You do quite. You're very interesting. You got a lot. Yeah, I do. You got a lot going on. I mean, you know, you're an artist in so many ways. Like, in a lot of ways, remind me of Jimmy. And it's funny. Like, there's a piece of artwork I believe that you guys share, if I'm not mistaken, of the horror genre.
Is it?
I think so.
I don't know. What is
from the video? The creature.
Lagoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm an absolutely huge fan. I love the creature. He's definitely my favorite. I don't know how you feel.
Me too. I have a whole creature wall at my house. I'm at my studio right now.
Oh, cool.
So you can't see it. But yeah, huge fan ever since I was really young. I think that's one of the first horror movies I saw. So
I was completely frightened as a child. I didn't, you know, after seeing the creature from the Black Lagoon, I wouldn't go swimming in my pool at night because I thought that it was in there. And that's
why I wanted a pool. I was like, come on, creature. Like,
but that's actually how he became my favorite old time horror guy. So and I actually had a chance to, I don't know how much you get into doing some of the horror conventions and stuff like that. If you had, I was lucky enough to meet Ben Chapman before he passed away.
I did too. Okay, we have to talk about this. Was he very friendly to you?
What's that?
Was he friendly to you?
He was friendly to me, and I would say that I'm going back. This has got to be like 15 years ago, I think. You know, could be longer at this point. I don't remember. Was he crotchety to you? Was he ornery?
He was friendly, but it was really funny because I showed him my tattoo. So I have a creature from the Black Lagoon tattoo.
Oh, nice.
So do I. Well, I can try and show it to you. I have one on my thigh, and then I have one closer to my knee. It's actually pretty awesome, but I don't know if I can actually get to it.
Okay, well, another time you can show me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had just received my tattoo recently. I just got it done, and came to the Rue Morgue convention in Toronto.
Okay.
And I showed him my tattoo, and he's like, "You think that's a tattoo?" And he pulls out a briefcase, and he pulls out this picture of this guy who has a whole back piece of the creature from the Black Lagoon. He's like, "Look at this."
One of those moments.
Well, Ben, yeah, he was definitely was a little ornery too, because he had that battle with Rico Browning, who was the real creature. So, but he was nice, and I guess I was lucky. So.
No, he was nice. He was friendly, but I was a little disappointed. And I met Rico Browning too.
Yeah, because you're stoked. I didn't actually. Did I meet Rico Brown? No, I did not meet Rico Brown. But you're stoked to show the guy your tattoo, right? I did the same thing actually. I pulled my pants down. I did, and he was like, "Oh my god!" And I I have a picture of him like pointing to the tattoo somewhere, with my pants down. It's like kind of close to my butt, but whatever.
You probably heard that so much. So
Yeah.
Yeah, another creature tattoo. What I thought was cool about him was that he actually kind of looked like the creature.
Definitely, right here, the eyes.
Totally.
Yeah, see, even like in his mouth and stuff. I'm like,
yeah, totally.
He's like, I'm the real creature, and I was like, yes, you are.
It's so weird. Like he looks like the mask, but not like the man version of the mask, which is like bizarre, right?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Somebody said I want to see. I'm guessing it's my butt. I'm not sure, but maybe we'll address it later. Let me have a couple more drinks, and maybe I'll take my
right. Let's see what happens. Give it a little time. Ask again in like an hour.
Yeah. So Thea, can you just give us a little background? Because I mean, we have a lot of people on tonight that are in my post I mentioned that you were from Canada, but
right.
did you grow up out there? Where are you now?
Well, I'm originally from BC, so British Columbia.
Okay.
Yep.
And then I moved out here to go to university, and I kind of never got back to the West Coast. But yeah.
So you're near Toronto?
Yeah, so I live in Hamilton, which is about 45 minutes outside of Toronto.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
And I was in Toronto for a very, very long time, but a lot of people are kind of moving out this way because there's cheaper property and that sort of deal. So it's kind of become like a little bit of an artist mecca here.
Nice.
It's also called the armpit of Canada because it's like a steel town, and it's yeah.
We're actually, we have that in common. Corey and I are from what they consider the armpit of Connecticut.
No,
right. That's true.
It's Bridgeport is like Bridgeport's like
I've heard of it.
Yeah. Have you?
Yeah, I think I have. Yeah.
Wow.
So
I think it's a sister city almost with Hamilton, maybe.
Yeah, to give you an idea of it, like there used to be at one point there was people on street corners selling these shirts. They were smiley. I don't know if you remember these, Corey. They were smiley faces. And they there was a bullet hole on the head.
Oh, absolutely.
And it said, "Welcome to Bridgeport." So that's to give you like an idea of the armpit of Connecticut. That was that's how it was.
Yeah.
Hey, Rick, what's up, Rick?
Thanks
for jumping on. Armpits. Yes, we are from the armpits.
So, armpits.
Cheers to the armpits.
It's very rough. It's like being in a John Waters movie all the time.
Oh wow! Really?
Wow.
But I mean, I like it.
So with that being said, like, what was like your main influence or something? Being attracted to horror and everything and all this stuff. It started as a little kid, yeah,
yeah, for sure. I think for me, it was the creature, and I always like kind of connected with the outsider, like the monsters who were like the outcasts of society, and. Never like Frankenstein, they didn't really mean to do anything wrong, but they always ended up hurting people and being
misunderstood creatures.
Yeah, I always like love that misunderstood character in society. Yeah. And then the craziest thing happened because I saw Night of the Living Dead, and I was like, ooh. What? Here's a bunch of monsters, and they're all like walking together, all to eat human flesh, right?
Yeah.
Common goal, and I was like, that's so punk rock, like and fueled my love for horror got like stronger, and I just like searched out zombie movies, and then Return of the Living Dead happened, and I actually end up
didn't you have some sort of influence? I think I read during some of my research about White Zombie, the band, I'm assuming had some influence on some zombie like stuff with you?
Not White Zombie, the band.
Not White Zombie, the band. A movie? Was it a movie?
The movie, though.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's what it was. Okay.
The movie had an influence on the band. That's what it was.
Got it.
I would guess actually knowing Rob Zombie. Yeah.
Well, in 2003, I started here what I called the first annual zombie walk, and it ended up being an event. 7 people came. I had moved to Toronto for university, and I didn't really know anyone. Like, I met people who liked horror, but no one really liked to dress up. So I just decided I wanted to find my people. So I put flyers everywhere.
Yeah.
First year, 7 people showed up.
Wow.
Then the next year was like 12. And then it was like 100.
It's awesome.
And then it ended up being like 15,000.
That's so great. I mean, some of the video clips are just amazing, honestly.
Yeah, and it ended up being like traveling kind of around the whole world. Of course, later somebody in San Diego said they invented it, which because they had a movie showing and a bunch of zombies came. But I don't really care. It was just like the whole experience and the whole fact that we got this ball rolling and there was zombies all over the world walking at the same time. It was pretty amazing.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's super wild to be able to kind of.
I think I read Brazil, right? Brazil had some stuff going on with it.
Yeah, they did, and Mexico, like they're huge there. And I actually still get letters from some of the people that ran the zombie walk in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was
That's
really
awesome.
Yeah, I mean we've had some in Connecticut. We've had, I know New Haven, downtown New Haven was doing them, and I think they did it was like a bar hop, like a zombie bar hop. So
oh really?
Yeah.
We have some smaller ones and stuff too. Yeah. So nice. you went to Ryerson University.
Really deep, eh?
Yeah. And that's what you said actually brought you to. Is it that's in Hamilton, correct? Or am I
no? I came out to the or I guess this isn't the East Coast. I came out to Toronto to go to Ryerson from.
Oh, Ryerson, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
And what was it about that particular school that kind of drew you to go there? Or did they offer something that you wanted to lean towards, like study wise, or?
Yeah, well, I wanted to do. Well, I did media arts, and at the time, it was not what media arts is now. It was like film photography, that sort of thing. And I wanted to. I just knew like Toronto was kind of where the filming happened. So I originally I wanted to be a filmmaker, and it was a technical school. So there was a lot of university programs, but they were more theory, and I didn't really want to write papers. I wanted to make films. So there and had fun, and I did make half a zombie film, but I decided that I would try and do a 2-hour film.
Was it half a film, or was it a zombie cut in half?
I like that. I like better. So I just never got it. I didn't realize how much money I would need. So I kept coming back, and then I would have to buy the actresses new wigs because their hair would change and all this, and it just half of the sound went missing, and it never got done. I made a whole bunch of small films, but yeah, that one never got done.
That's awesome. This our buddy Rick's he said they did something in NYC a few years back, and Angela Moore of Fishbone. Are you familiar with?
Of course he did.
Yeah.
Of course. Are you familiar with Fishbone, the band Fishbone?
Yeah.
So that's actually, I'm glad that Rick said that, because Angela was one of the first people I saw in a band playing the theremin on stage, and it blew my mind. And he actually became, we can talk about it later, he actually became super obsessed with this instrument. So yeah, that's pretty. I'm glad that he brought that up. It just made me think of it.
Yeah, I actually didn't even know that till recently. I knew Fishbone from when I was younger, but I probably at the time didn't even connect the two. Even if I did see them or saw there was a theremin, I didn't. Yeah. Too. And then recently somebody tagged me in a video of him playing therement, and it was awesome. I was so blown away. It was
Angelo just becomes this absolute madman, and he's just so into it. Yeah, it's
he's awesome.
So good. I was speaking of all the movies and movie making and stuff. If this is probably a tough one, but if you had to, or actually, maybe we should ask director in horror. Do you have an absolute top of the top favorite?
I have to go with Romero.
Gotta go with Romero. I was gonna guess that, but I was curious.
I kind of thought you might.
and then Fulci. That's so, of course, right.
Maybe in the same realm. What about if you had? Well, it's probably gonna be one of Ramirez, but movie and or absolute favorite character in I know there's a lot of different kinds of things, but if you had to pick one movie and or one character that you're like, I love this director because he created this character, that's my go-to, like creepiest, best horror or whatever. What do you think?
That's really tough.
Yeah.
Like,
What if we narrowed it down to maybe, well, you're super into the zombies, so maybe in the zombie realm, maybe that makes it easier. Or actually, Corey, you had some thoughts. Well, you can bring that up too. But
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the things that in watching one of the videos, I think it was leading up to one of the Zombie Walk promotions that you guys did, showed some of the autographs you had. So the creature we talked about, you had like Thea Munster, right? So a lot of the black and white. And I remember, growing up watching Abbott and Costello, and one of the best ones is the one with all the villains, right? You had the Frankenstein, the werewolf, and you had Dracula, right? It was the best. I mean, that was like, oh my God, like 1930s, right? So if you had, I mean, Dracula to me, right? He's a villain, right? He's one of the best, right? Who would you say best portrayal of Dracula by an actor? Who would you say? I mean, I know what I'm going to say, and I'm sure you'd say the same thing. Yeah, I would say the same. This, right? Like, this thing right here is like unbelievable, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, just so good. I mean, one of the best. That whole idea of the black and white horror movies, just everything about them was just so great, just excellent.
I love it, and but then too, if you're gonna pick one character like that influenced me,
yep,
it would be like Trash and Return of the Living Dead.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Just dancing naked on a tombstone, like that's like the best thing I've ever seen. When I was like, what?
Oh,
want to see my creature done?
Right.
That's so great.
I want to show these guys a photo, which I stole. It's obviously I told you I was going to steal stuff from you, which sounds really weird, but I got your permission. But I really want to know more about this photo. So you have it posted. I think it's on your Facebook page. This one, all right?
Oh, yeah.
So tell us about it.
Okay, so
what's it from?
Chris Alexander is a local director here, and he worked for Fangoria magazine.
Oh, yeah.
He's been a really great friend to me and supporter. He was a supporter of the Zombie Walk before, and he's actually how I met George Romero a few times. And he did a movie recently. He did a movie last year, and I just had a walk-on part where I just asked for an autograph.
Okay.
Oh, no way.
And then he was doing a movie under quarantine called Girl with a Straight Razor.
Yeah.
And he asked me to be Lady Death, which I was like, yes, I'll be Lady Death. I'm like, that's the ultimate for me character that I would love to be. So,
oh, okay.
So I'm just Lady Death.
Where does the where does he stand with like production and everything? Is that something that's happening? Well, obviously a lot of stuff is at a standstill, but what's his plan for release and stuff like that? Or
it should be out streaming online. I'm not sure what platform yet.
Okay.
A few weeks actually. He's
really
he's been pretty quick about it, and the thing is, he's kind of planned this whole movie. Like, the movies he makes are very they're giallo, but they're like modern, like they're very intense and like mental. So I think this whole movie is kind of based around, like, it doesn't have a lot of action. It's very intense. And it's gonna he planned it all so that he can work around the quarantine, right? Like, it's pretty brilliant. Like,
wow.
So we
just
should
making characters that he can, just a couple characters in the film that, so he can make a whole movie within the bounds of quarantine. So
wow, that's pretty
So
cool.
we should keep an eye out for the girl with straight razor.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep an eye out for that.
yeah,
That's
yeah, and yeah, the
I love it. I love it.
Necropolis. Yeah, that's the other one.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And
That's one that I walked in and got the autograph.
Rick made a comment. I
okay,
believe he said he met, I think it was the gentleman you were referring to. He met him at the zombie shoot in New York City for that fishbone thing. Huh.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. All
That's
right.
really interesting.
Cool.
Your Night Chill is definitely shouting out here. You were in blood for Irina too.
Man, look at you. You got a lot going on here. I mean, I read about it too. I'm like, oh my God, she's like in, I mean, the script writing, the
And your
actors.
hearse.
Like,
Wait, you have a hearse?
Yeah, my hearse is also in that. In the,
you know,
You have the hearse now? You still have the hearse?
what?
You have the hearse? You still have the hearse?
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
nice.
I saw a picture of it. It's badass.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty.
did
It's
not.
badass.
I didn't
It's
see the hearse. I don't know why I didn't see
Yo, it's cool as hell. It's so cool.
Night Chill.
It's like, what year is it? Like 50 something?
It's 1954 Pontiac.
54 Pontiac, dude. It's so cool. You got to look it up.
Party
I
mobile.
went through that very quickly before Night Chill did. So.
You know what else you have, from what I remember seeing some pictures and videos of, a very cool cat.
I do.
Oh,
Your cat
Cat.
is very, very, very cool. And I would recommend anyone watching to go and check out this cat on her Instagram, because this cat wears some badass studded like stuff. It's so awesome. I think it's fantastic. And you walk your cat. I think it's great.
Again, that's a quarantine thing. Like I would never have been able to train a cat to a leash.
It's amazing to me, to be honest.
And those are the things and the ways that we have to kind of shape ourselves to be creative during all this stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And also the animals have become, I think we haven't been able to be as social as much. So the animals have become like even closer. Like I always love animals, but now, you know, they're the thing getting us through. So
Erie the devil that's the cat. Erie the devil kitten.
Yeah, he's very evil.
I grabbed this. I knew you're a cat person, so I grabbed this beer in honor of you tonight. I can show you this beer. It's called Baby Kittens.
Baby Kittens.
Oh gosh, that's cute. What does it taste like? Kittens. Okay.
It's awesome.
It does not taste like kittens.
Let's hope not.
What does it taste like? I'm just curious.
It doesn't taste like cat pee. I can tell you that much. Well, maybe if you don't.
Actually, that's supposed to be a compliment with wine. I hear.
Is that right?
If it smells like cat pee, that means it's a good wine.
I'm gonna pay attention to that. You know what? I do the show down in my basement, and I'm near the litter box. So maybe I can't tell. Maybe it's just like
it all blends together. It just
no, seriously though, is the beer like very hoppy?
It is. It's a real hazy IPA, but it's.
I was gonna say if it's an IPA, then yeah.
And I actually got away from all that stuff, but
it's Saturday.
Tonight I grabbed it because I knew we were going to be chatting, and I said I'm going to get this baby kitten beer. So
I have Spin Cycle from Nebco, our friends over at the New England Brewing Company. Yay! Nice and tasty.
Well, so you were talking about, actually you said it before, something about dancing naked on top of a tombstone or something to that effect. But anyway, you like,
we heard that, yep.
So I've seen a couple of posts with walking the cat in the cemetery or just being in the cemetery. Some of the stuff that you guys, that Night Shield did, some of the videos I believe you shot in cemetery.
Yeah.
And that's something obviously you feel attracted to? You're like, I'm going to take a walk through. Is there something close to you, a cemetery close to where you live, that you're like, I'm going to take a walk. I'm going through the cemetery. You know?
Yeah, our house is right across from the cemetery. So
it's across. Wow.
it's the oldest cemetery in Hamilton. And it's one of the cemeteries like I've loved like my whole like even when I lived. Okay, so when I was very young, I hitchhiked across Canada. I left school in high school, and I was like a young punk, and I hitchhiked across Canada, and I ended up in Hamilton for this short period of time, and I found the cemetery, and it's like, if you believe there's a guardian of the cemetery, it's definitely, I believe there is one there, and I'm very welcome. Like, I feel like on good terms with it, because it's always called me back. Like, and then it was just so random how I saw that house. I just happened to be going to the cemetery, and this house for sale was across the street, and it was just
fate.
Yeah, it's definitely faded. I love it there so much. And there's always like, it's so old and big and vast. And I've lived in Hamilton now for 10 years at least. And I still find graves I've never seen before. It's amazing.
How many acres would you say it is? If you had to guess.
It's not that many acres.
No, it's not big. It's not very big.
But it's got a lower part.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of people don't know, like, if you go to the back, there's actually like a roadway down, and there's another part. But then it's crazy, because if you follow the rail tracks on the lower part, then you get to another little tiny cemetery on the other side. So it's like, I guess there's a whole bunch of cemeteries, and then they're kind of, you can get to them.
Oh, wow. That's wild.
Yeah, that's great. Is there any famous people in the cemetery that you know of, or that you've come across? Or like someone like
Civil War.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We actually have New England is pretty known for a lot of historically ghosts and ghost towns and haunted houses in some of the cemeteries, and we do have a couple of a handful of famous people in pretty local to us, right, Corey?
Yeah.
I was actually, that kind of leads me to ask you if you have been to the States even recently, and what brought you into the States if you were visiting. Have you had a chance to visit?
Well, I was right before like quarantine hit. I went to Mardi Gras.
Oh, right on.
Ooh,
so
nice.
Yeah, we try and go to Mardi Gras when we can.
Sweet, that's awesome.
So I love the culture in New Orleans, and I feel like people. I love to dress up. So
that's awesome.
That's great.
Have you been to New Orleans? Have you been anywhere else in the States, or?
Oh, yeah, all over. Yeah, Boston, Pittsburgh, New York.
Oh, right on. Okay.
I did a Haunted New England tour, actually.
Oh, sweet.
And I played at Lizzie Borden House, so I played theremin there. So
no shit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You were I was talking to you earlier, and you were talking about you had a tattoo appointment, and with everything going on, you weren't able to get tattooed. But you obviously have a bunch of tattoos. Are you collecting most of your stuff out there, or have you gotten tattooed in the States at all?
I've never been tattooed in the States. I've always wanted to. It's just that okay, I do have a smushed bat.
We'll bring you down. He can tattoo you.
That's not why I mentioned it. I was just curious.
No, that's why I'm doing this. Oh.
I guess I'm not that. I always think about it. I'm not that organized. So like every time I go to the States too, it's like I'm doing a big trip.
Yeah.
To the States, and I don't book the time for that, or think about it. And then when I'm down there, I'm like, I should have gotten a tattoo. Like,
Yeah, my wife's actually been up to work in. She worked in a shop. Oh my god, in Canada, and it was so long ago. I don't remember what it was, and I know she got tattooed by Corey Flatmo. He was in, for some reason he was in Canada at the time. He might have been doing a guest spot. I'm not even sure where he settled down. He's in the States somewhere, but I just happen to remember, this is quite a while back. She's like, I'm going to, I think she was in Montreal. I'm going to Montreal to get tattooed. It's like, oh, okay. So, but that just came to my head anyways.
yeah, I mainly get my tattoos by Shane Faulkner at King of Fools. Or sorry, he's not King of Fools. He's Telltale Heart now.
Telltale. Okay.
King of Fools tattoo a long time ago when I was in university as the counter girl. So
Nice.
it's one of them.
Very cool.
You're talking about being like a little punker and stuff, and appreciating the horror stuff and whatnot. What kind of music were you listening to? Through that time period, were you always into like a certain kind of music, or did it kind of just go from one thing to a little bit and then kind of refine to like what you're really into now, or what kind of punk stuff were you listening to?
I mean, of course, the Misfits. That was like the ultimate band growing up, right? And the Cramps, which I'm not
Cramps.
That's categorized as really punk, but those things were cool because they crossed the line of horror and like.
Mm-hmm.
But in my day too is like Deja Voodoo, who's like a Canadian band. And there's Forbidden Dimension, which is another Canadian band. There seemed to be like this weird, like little set of like horror kind of bands when I was young in Canada. And then yeah, I was really into horror punk, but I mean I always loved like Bad Brains and
So
I love Bad Brains.
DOA, again, that's Canadian. I'm also from the West Coast, so like when I was a kid, it was like really big TSOL and X.
Ooh.
X.
TSOL, I'm familiar with. Yeah. Awesome.
So you now a lot of people when you say this person plays the theremin, they go what? So I find that, I don't know, maybe less for you now because you've been doing it for a little bit, and maybe with the band people are a little more familiar, but I find I'm even kind of building up to doing this. I mentioned it to a few people and they're like, a what? Huh? Like, what is it?
Sarah who?
It's true. Or some people are like, are you pulling strings or are you humming? Like,
what are you doing?
Yeah. They just like can't even comprehend it. Really.
It's pretty wild.
Were you into other instruments before you started playing the theremin? Were you playing anything else before this?
Yeah, I used to play bass a long time ago. So I played bass in a band called the Voodoo Idols. And when I was really young, I had a band called Slug Vomit.
Yeah! That's a badass name.
I love it.
Cool, but yeah, that didn't last because we just could never get it together. And then I actually have always wanted to play theremin, like my whole life, just because I'm so influenced by old horror and sci-fi, and that sound was so haunting to me.
Oh God!
I just couldn't even. So my husband actually got me a theremin about 4 years ago now, which is like the little tiny new one, and it just set my mind to it. And
was it those soundtracks and stuff that made you kind of research and discover the theremin, like hearing it in like sci-fi and horror, that you're like, what the fuck is this? Like, I need to figure out what this is, and then you kind of researched and discovered that way?
Yeah, that's what it was. It was like The Day the Earth Stood Still. That soundtrack,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
for me was like, wow, when the theremin comes in. And that's the thing, like when I say I liked a lot of punk, I also really like a lot of soundtrack music, obviously, and I like so I do like some classical. I like a lot of 50s stuff and
sweet.
So I think a lot of people don't understand exactly what it does and how it works. So I did my little bit of research and I know the name comes from the dude that actually invented it. I guess, right? Leon Theremin, which was that was way back, right? Was it the 40s or earlier? I'm not even sure.
It was the 1920s, so it's actually the 100-year anniversary of the theremin.
Woo, party! Theremin. Woo! And it
our show.
so it works off of is it like your own is it static electricity, or I mean I don't really understand it, like maybe you could explain that better.
It's an oscillator.
Oscillator.
So there's two oscillators and two antennas. So one is like the volume, or and then the other one is like the pitch. So the closer you are to the antenna, the higher the pitch, and the further back, the lower the pitch. So it's working off like radio frequencies for the most part.
It's pretty insane. Like
really
I wonder what was going through Leon Theremin's head when he was like, I have an idea for a cool instrument.
LSD. What?
Well, the funniest thing was he did a whole bunch of inventions, and then he was actually used as a Soviet spy.
Wow.
Oh.
Attacked him, and they made him a spy. So he came over to America and he was in the guise of selling like theremins, but he was actually spying on the U.S.
Oh, that's wild. Yeah. Michelle, that's a good question. I'm not sure. And what's up? How are you? In Star Trek? Is a theremin in that? I don't know. That's a good question.
I thought it was a theremin, and I don't know why. I always thought it was a theremin, but I'm pretty sure it's actually a voice.
Oh,
really? Yeah. Okay.
I can't. They did, but I've seen people do it with the theremin like a lot.
I can see that.
It definitely has this this somber sound to it, and a kind of a vocal sound to it.
Yes.
So I could see almost reminds me. I don't know if you agree, Taya, like a violin. Sometimes, yeah. Like
it does.
Smooth. Like I have so I have a real quick clip of Night Chill, which would give people a good idea of the band and the theremin. So I'll play that real quick, and you can talk about it if you'd like. So you could see it's interesting watching you play and how you're controlling everything like that. So it's funny because you're not actually touching this instrument, but there seems to be this really deep connection to it. Is that how you feel when you play it?
Yeah, I think more so than any instrument I've played. I also play piano too.
Oh, nice.
But it's just because it's like your full body. You have to be connected with every cell, and also it's like I feel like it's like very mental too, because I need to have, like, when people say, can you play the song on theremin, it's like I have to know that song. Like actually Star Trek I can usually do because I know that song from when I was a kid. Like it's so ingrained in every cell that I can play it. But yeah, I can't just get on there and be.
How difficult is it to get right into the right pitches of notes and stuff? Are you kind of always discovering to hit, like, I mean, I guess you can play a wrong note easily if you're not like really right in there. Is it real tough to get in? Because I think about the trombone, and that has to me like it's a slide and it's a feel. It's not like I press a key and you're like, this is C. You're like, you got
to find it.
You got to find it.
So, yeah, you got to find it.
That's where like almost do you have this like innate just feeling or ear that you're like, wow.
Yeah,
like that.
That's yeah.
Just like that, actually. Like you don't even need a theremin. You just go, wow. But yeah, I basically get on it, and the strange thing is it can change depending on the electricity in the room.
Wow.
The temperature can even change the instrument. So where the notes are can change all the time.
That's crazy.
And then you have a calibration dial that you can, so you can set it up to your
pitch.
Say low C is here and high C is here.
So you can tune into like a band. So everyone's like, hey man, we got to tune up. Man. Blah, blah, blah. You can actually tune.
And you're like, do.
Like,
that's not the same.
Wait. Like, yo, drummer, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to tune up. Like, so it's kind of
over there.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it seems really difficult to play.
Christine had a question. Member of the B-52s.
Fred Schneider.
Is that true? Do we know?
Oh, I don't know.
We can check the Google.
I know why she would ask that too, because I feel like you can, if you listen to some of the stuff.
Oh yeah,
they do some crazy stuff.
They do use a farfisa.
Oh,
so
that's cool. Like, ghost ripping through your skull.
That's kind of awesome, by the way.
I would say it's awesome.
Yeah, I want ghosts to rip through my skull. And actually,
ask for it. I'm just saying.
So we played that one Night Chill video. I want to play another one as well. It's a little clip, and then definitely let people know if they want to find Night Chill, how they can find Night Chill. But this is I don't know if I could even say this the right way, but I actually watched this whole video and I love it. And I think you guys did this recently. Yo Lakatorine, is that right?
Yeah.
Yo Lakatorine.
You nailed it.
Did I say it okay?
I'm gonna toast that one. You nailed it.
And then if you could just tell us where it comes from, the folklore and stuff like that. But I really love this. I stopped it. I stopped it right after the kitty cat for you. I thought that was
that's my other cat, Samhain.
That's your other cat. So, nice. But the title of the song, it comes from some Icelandic folklore. Is that what it is?
Yeah, and it's a cat that comes and eats children at Christmas.
So it's got a similar, almost like Krampus or something like that, or
yeah. So, there's all these legends that are like the evil.
Yes, Lisa.
Christmas, and we were asked to do a Christmas song, which I don't know. We were kind of like really torn about for the surf Christmas album.
Oh yeah,
I think it's surf, so we're not really surf. But for another, we don't really celebrate Christmas, so
because you're evil.
If it is a theremin, Lisa. Yes. You are correct.
So
we decided to do it. We do like Yule cats though. So we did on the festive Yule cat that will come and eat your children if they don't have new clothes or something.
Wow.
So how long have you been with how long has Night Chill been a band?
Probably 2 years now.
2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is we just had our first show and last show the day before like the quarantine.
Oh man.
It was like March 13th of 2020.
Yeah, that was the day.
Was our posters were still up till like really recently. You could see our posters still on the street for our show.
So crazy. There's like zombies walking through past the Night Chill posters. The whole town shut down. Just this.
Oh yeah, Friday the 13th. That's right. I forgot about that.
That's so crazy. Oh really? Friday the 13th. Well, how appropriate, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, because St. Patty's was on a Tuesday. That's right.
So you kind of get the band going. You guys are practicing and stuff, getting ready, and then you do this show. Boom. That's it.
Yeah. And it was, but it was pretty epic. And we're still, we have plans and we're still like recording stuff and working on
great.
songs.
Yeah, I love it.
That's great because I wanted to ask you if you guys are if you're active right now with trying to put stuff together.
We are, but it's in a different way because we can't even like here we're so closed down. There's not even like rehearsals. You're only allowed to meet with one other household right now.
Wow.
Oh.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's different up in Canada versus what we got, Jim. That's for sure.
Yeah. I don't think that our numbers are as high, but we're definitely taking more precautions.
Yeah, we should probably.
The Globe seems to be doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just saying.
We're just like, woo, check us out. We do what we want. Fucking America. Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say it. Yeah.
We'll totally say it for you.
But yeah, so that's kind of changed things. And so instead what we're doing is kind of working on songs and then sending them over and like trying to record different parts. And it doesn't, I really miss that getting together and just being able to jam
oh God, I could imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a huge bummer. I mean, I'm in the same boat. I play in 2 bands and same thing. We had the whole year gigged out, booked for gigs, and that was it. It was just done. So it's a bummer. But again, you have to find these creative ways to get through stuff. And I guess if you do stuff remotely and send, I don't know, each other files or something like that. And
yeah, that's what we've been doing. And it's good. Like it's been good, and we have a lot of ideas still. And we want to do our own like Night Chill special. And we've been talking about it. And
just totally do it.
Yeah.
Totally
keep that energy going. That's the energy you need. That's good.
And if you had to, could you classify Night Chill in a kind of genre of music? Or I know a lot of people sometimes it's like, I don't really know, but is it? I mean, even though you said like there's some songs that have that surfy feel, like it's a driving kind of feel to it. But I don't know. What would you classify yourself as? Or would you? You're like, fuck you, or no, we stand alone. I don't know.
It is hard because I would say it's instrumental horror.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is that a category really? I don't know.
Sure it is.
It is now, damn it.
Just made it up.
Do you think that the does the theremin kind of act as vocals in the band? Do you feel that it does? Because it's you're up front in the setting, and it's kind of over the driving music, and it's kind of cutting through like vocals. To me, it seems like the vocalist in a sense. Would you agree? Or
I would agree, and I think that's kind of what we're trying to do, but it's also like such an uncharted territory that that's hard to figure out how we work it. And sometimes the song sounds better as an instrumental with just like
Sure.
a little bit of theremin added in separate parts. And then sometimes it really takes a lead, right?
Yeah.
It depends on the song.
Sure. I definitely love this description. I think this is on the Bandcamp too. Like I love it. The soundtrack to your nightmares. I think it's so perfect.
That's
Thank you.
very cool.
I think it's awesome. If you're up for it, do you think that you would play the theremin for us?
Sure.
Woo! So yeah, these guys watching.
Yeah.
You guys are much better than Skeletoni over here.
Ooh,
Yeah,
is that a real skeleton or no?
Yes, it's real. Just kidding.
Only reason I ask.
I know. I saw the episode last week.
Okay.
Oh,
That's why I brought out my fake skeleton.
Listen, that's major props for you. Major props.
No.
awesome.
Wow. That is awesome.
Yeah, it's so wild.
I mean, I mean, so do you feel anything like while you're doing that or no?
I kind of go into like this trance. Like it sounds really weird, but it's almost like I go into like a trance like state.
I kind of have to think that you would need to.
Yeah, it's
because
like,
you're just like reaching at really nothing.
Yeah.
And yet it's producing really awesome stuff. It's wild.
Yeah, it's cool, and it's like it's almost more of a dance than it is like music. So
yeah, that's a good way to put it.
So
Jeff, that's a theremin.
Oh yeah, when somebody was actually asking what it was. And one of the whoever's on the Night Chill page, they said that you guys do have a song with vocals, with you and JJ Dagger singing. You sing on Pestilence on one of the songs.
Oh, I yell. I don't know.
Oh, you yell. Okay, I have to check that out because I saw Pestilence on the Bandcamp, but I actually didn't listen to that tune yet. So now I'm really curious. I want to listen to that.
All right. I don't. I'm like really like I don't know. I always see the theremin as my voice, and like when I hear it on a recording, like to me, it's so weird. It sounds like my voice. Like that's how I hear my voice.
Well, you probably are you when you're trying to hit the right tones and stuff. It's like I would imagine you hear it almost in your head first, and you're trying to like jive with the band and everything. So you do. It's like a crazy that crazy connection. I could see like the waves kind of flowing through your head into the theremin and back and forth. So that's pretty.
Really is. It's strange.
It's very unique. It's just very, like you say, you don't see this very often. That's for sure.
Christine said, it sounds like Greg Brady's UFO on the Brady Bunch, which is
I don't know this, but I'm like so excited now.
You don't know that? Oh, I know that.
UFO.
Oh, there's this. Yeah, I can picture the whole thing. There's the bed sheet. There's the
and it probably was, but that
clothesline outside. Yeah. Oh God, Christine, scary.
I think that's the neat thing about the theremin is that the sound, the quality of the sound, and the way that it sounds, it absolutely provokes. To me, it's almost like an uneasy feeling, because it kind of cuts in, especially with horror and sci-fi stuff. It just cuts through everything, and it gives me this sense of I want to question everything.
For sure. I think so too. It's kind of uncanny valley, because it's almost human, but it's like not human. So
Lisa says it's unearthly, which obviously, going back and thinking about a lot of the sci-fi films, and not even, that's the thing, you can go back and watch some of the stuff and hear the theremin throughout and not even know what it was. People take it for granted as an instrument. You're like, well, this is like some spooky shit, or it's sci-fi, but I don't know what that sound is.
Yeah, exactly. Or they do think it's like a voice in the background, kind of. Or,
and to be honest,
sorry?
I would almost think that it sounds like a keyboard, almost.
I think I can totally see that, because a lot of the songs I thought had a real theremin in them before I played theremin, ended up being a keyboard, like mimicking that kind of. And of course, there's a Moog, and you can kind of get similar sounds out of that. But yeah, now that I play, I'm like, what? That wasn't a real theremin. And I've been like killing myself by some of the music. Like, I should have played Star Trek theme. I should have tried. Maybe I should.
Hey, if you'd like. I mean,
I watched a couple of your videos on your YouTube channel, and I love the happy birthday one. Were you playing that? Was that for your mom? The happy birthday?
Yeah, I did.
I think my favorite part is the end of it with and many more. Is there a song that you play, or maybe is there more of a known song that you played on the theremin at one point? You're like, I want to play this cover tune, man, like, or something that you
well, The Day the Earth Stood Still, but I usually I do play it with the soundtrack.
Yep.
And actually, the most requested is the Star Trek one.
Is it?
Right?
Oh, it is. Oh, you know what? I just thought of something, and I know you probably play it with the soundtrack, the Hawaii 5-0.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Is that something that needs to, like? Is that something that needs to be played with the soundtrack? Is it something for you that
I could probably play without it, but I have to play on my other theremin, because this.
Oh, okay.
I could try.
I mean,
why not?
Why not? I could play the drum intro if you want.
Wow, you know what? Christine had a good one there. Enter Sandman. That would sound pretty cool on that.
Gosh, really?
That's gotta be pretty.
That sounds kind of cool, right?
It would. I need the music for that one.
That's okay. We'll have to set up, more time for another session.
Welcome, Dano.
That's
Lisa said she wants to hear the original Star Trek theme song.
Okay, here we go. What up, Rick? You're back. Perfect timing for the Star Trek theme song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bravo. Space the final frontier. Boldly go where no man has gone before. Boom.
So cool.
Yeah, that was, I haven't done that one in a while because I just realized that because I haven't done any live shows, nobody's came up and been like, can you play this?
Yeah.
Like,
So awesome.
So there's, if people want to, Lisa was pretty stoked about that. If people want to see, follow you, see some more stuff, obviously you're posting a lot of stuff on your personal Instagram, right? That's a good place to see a bunch of the videos. And then they want to see some band stuff. You have the @_Nightchill. And then definitely I would definitely encourage people to check out the Bandcamp page, which I have been going back to and listening to a bunch of stuff, which I really have been getting down to. Like I told you, I was listening to what was I listening to on the way to work? Burial Ground. I was listening to.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
That's a good tune.
Yeah.
I was doing some research, and I think for me personally, the attraction to the instrument is that it is odd. It's not something that you see a lot of. And that to me is interesting. If I see something that I don't know about and I want to learn more about, I'm like, oh, it's so cool. So I was definitely, that's one thing that attracted me to it. And as I was researching stuff and looking for things, all these really weird instruments were coming up. There was something, if I can find it again, I'll send it to you. It was just really obscure, bizarre, like silly thing, but it was like a badgerman. And it was a stuffed badger that had knobs on it. It was a theremin, but it was just the body instead of a wooden box or whatever. It was it was real freaky. I almost saved it, and I was like, nah, I won't say that, but I'm gonna look for it and I'll send it to you because it's
funny because I've thought about doing like not a real
like a
cat one.
Yeah,
would be awesome.
I would imagine you can, whatever is the inner workings of the theremin inside of, is that the one that you have with you? Is it a wooden box?
Yeah.
So you have like all the inner workings. Yeah. I imagine you can do something wacky. That'd be cool if you could do like a coffin.
Oh, I've been working on that one.
Oh, nice.
But that kind of got halted by everything that's happened. So
yeah.
But definitely.
So with that, with everything going on, is there anything that you're doing personally to kind of stay creative, keep your mind going, deal with everything that we're cut off from all this like social gathering and stuff like that? Anything besides the music thing? Are there other things that are kind of helping you get through?
Mostly, it's actually like mostly music. Like I can't even believe I actually, and this was the first time because I knew I was going to be here today that I wrote down all the bands like within the last 6 months that I have recordings with.
Nice.
So it's quite a few. I was like surprised.
That's awesome.
Good.
But yeah. So honestly, that's kept me so busy. And I thought, because I have all these other hobbies, and I like to sew and I like to make costumes and that sort of thing too. But I actually haven't even really got to it because I'm constantly, even was contacted by a band today to do some theremin for it. So
nice. So what kind of, when you like costume stuff, this is stuff that you're doing from scratch?
Yeah, and I've just been learning to sew recently. Like,
nice. Oh, that's awesome.
So, like, not sewing a punk rock vest, which is obvious I can do that. But
zone, yeah.
So sewing a punk rock vest is pretty easy. It's like I'd say like four safety pins.
Yeah.
I actually Crush Kill Destroy has punk patches. Maybe I'll send you some. I have to send you some.
Oh, I need some. I need one for Erie's vest.
That's it. Those are going to be in the package to you. I will definitely send you some of those.
Very much. I'll send you some night show ones in exchange.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I recently, like before this all happened, I'd been starting to learn how to sew. I've made various capes. Like capes seem to be my big project. Yeah, like some.
I wonder why.
Yeah, and like they don't make enough like Dracula capes. No, seriously, like with the actual collar and like thing. So I've been making those and hooded capes and like different types of capes. And then I have a friend who is a costumer and she helped me make some like amazing costumes. I don't know if you've seen, but she actually sewed the dress for Mars Attacks for me.
Oh,
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, Mars Attacks. Yeah.
And then we painted the whole thing.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I've had all these kind of sewing projects like on the go for like costumes and that sort of thing that I haven't really got to.
Wow.
I think the thing with a lot of the videos that I've watched, and I really do appreciate the some of the costumes that you have on. It does have this really theatrical element with the band especially too, and there's definitely that attraction to it because it's not just, you're not just listening to the music, but I mean, I would imagine, and hopefully when you guys get back to gigging in soon, that people can go out and enjoy the real full experience of Night Chill with all the lights and the costumes especially.
Yeah. We have band practice, we have like cape days, like you have to wear a cape and stuff. So
Oh, wow. That's cool.
You were a Martian spy girl. The Spirals took a whole team. The Crimson Peak costume was cool too.
I'm a very big fan who might be my husband. I'm just saying. Right?
No, that's and you guys play. You guys play in the band together, yeah?
He's the bass player.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So that's been cool. So we can jam together. So that's been.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah,
Which is
great.
actually, you know what? That's really great that you said that because you're talking about some of the bands that now when you're doing theremin stuff for these bands that have reached out and asked you to they're sending you some tracks and they're like, hey, can you lay down a theremin track? What do you usually do? Just send like a is it a WAV file back to them or something like that? Or
So I've been like learning a little bit of recording. So that's been interesting for sure. And trying to learn what sounds best with theremin, which I'm not sure. Like right now I do an 8-track recording and then I put it into a mixing software and yeah, so it's just been crazy. Like so I have the list.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
So it's the Quaylords, who are from New Orleans, and they're really cool. You should check them out.
Awesome.
Wait, what is it? What is that band? The what?
It's called the Quaylords.
The Quaylords.
Not Quaaludes. Quaylords.
Yeah, Quaylords.
Yeah, not Ludes, not Ludes. Lords. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And they are, I would say they're kind of like our sister group band in the States because they're like horror instrumental rock, which
got it.
Is kind of similar. And
Lords.
the Marinettes were like a punk rock band from here that play like remote kind of stuff.
Yeah, that name's familiar.
Yeah, pretty cool. And then Pretty Frankenstein, which I've done a bunch of tracks for, and he does all sorts of, he's very influenced by like Tom Waits, Nick Cave.
Oh, right on.
Lance Whalen, who is an amazing artist from Nashville.
Lance Whalen.
Yeah, and he does this kind of like Nick Cavey, atmospheric music.
Oh, nice. It's awesome.
Yeah, his stuff is amazing. The Great Octopus, which is...
The Great Octopus.
Never heard of that.
It's like, it basically sounds like, I'm just trying to describe it. It sounds like a giallo horror movie soundtrack type stuff. I don't know. Oh,
So
Cadabra, the band from El Salvador.
who is it?
They're called Cadabra SB.
That's
Cadabra.
yeah, that's super familiar. Cadabra.
Yeah.
They're from El Salvador.
Yeah, and they did they basically have a theremin on their recording, and then I did a metal fest with them.
I did see some stuff online. That's interesting. I would look on. I actually work with my buddy Gary. He's from San Salvador, and he might actually be familiar with that band. I'm gonna ask him. That's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was cool. So that was the Argentina Online Metal Fest I got to do with them.
Very cool.
His timing is impeccable.
Yeah.
He's like Argentina Online Metal Fest. Boom.
Oh, bam.
You guys you're synced. It's like it's like the voice in your head and the theremin totally synced together.
And then most recently, Diabolico Delirium.
Oh, I just love the name of that band. Wow.
Yeah, they're from Turkey, and they're like instrumental
From Turkey. That's awesome.
stuff. Yeah, it's just been like I don't think I would have ever been connected with all these people from around the world, really.
Sure.
And you and everything.
How did these connections kind of come about for you? Was it the push of social media, and then a band was like, "Whoa, I saw your post. It's crazy." It's almost like we, in a sense, we kind of chip away at what stands between us, and thank God we have music. It's like we're just getting kind of closer to each other from the creative aspect, and it's like whatever it is, art, any creative outlet. So because I find, as I'm scrolling through, and I think that's the positive and good intention of the internet. Obviously there's a lot of really shitty stuff out there, so that's where the Crush Corner kind of comes into play, because Corey and I wanted to be able to talk to people and and know that there was really good things happening out there, and there were really good things happening because of this connection that we have. So it's almost like you have what stands between two people kind of coming together to be collectively creative is like chip. You're like, oh, I like music too. I like this. And then you find you have these really common, and you're like, yo, we should do something together. So it's an amazing thing that happens. So that's neat. I'm glad that you're doing all this stuff with these bands.
Yeah.
Which actually makes me think.
That's killer.
Speaking of, I don't know if you know this, but I do follow you guys on Bandcamp, which is a recent thing. I am a new Bandcamp member.
Yes, you are.
And so I play in a punk band called King Sexy.
Ooh, nice.
And we do original garage type punk, very fun and lighthearted music, and
very fun.
And then I also play in a cover band called Retro Boss. It's 70s and 80s metal, Sabbath and
cool. That's a combo right there.
Yeah, so it's neat, but because they're so different when we gig out, and it's so fulfilling to me. The cover band obviously is you get a following of these 80s throwbacks, like play Crazy Train. But King Sexy is also on Bandcamp, so maybe we could link up. But so I've been same thing, just stuck in the basement and creating stuff, and I have a drum that I have almost, it's really neat in the sense connected to this hand drum that I play.
Right.
And I like it because it's not something that you see, and every time, almost like the theremin, every time I play it, people are like, dude, what is that? So cool.
I saw that in the video.
So cool.
Yeah. So, and like, it's so cool that you play with your husband in the band, and then you guys are obviously in the house together. You can play safely with everything going on. You can jam together and stuff like that, which is great. So I just recently did some stuff with my wife, and but it makes me think all this stuff that you're doing. I wonder if if we could do something too and combine this
I think you
theremin
guys
with this,
rock,
because
how
this drum has this really ethereal sound and almost kind of haunting to me too. So I wonder if they would jive.
Yeah, that's we can find out for sure.
I could jiving going on.
So I could I'm gonna do some more. I just recently put some stuff on Bandcamp, and I think I want to do some more stuff in the future. And I would like to reach out to different people and try to do something. So maybe that's a possibility.
Yeah.
Woo!
Party.
Garage punk is good times. Doom metal is also good times.
Yeah, we have our band is the weirdest combo of people. So, yeah,
definitely.
Our drummer he's very into doom metal, and
I love it. I've been listening to a lot of stoner rock and stoner metal. Like I can't get away from it. Something about it I just dig.
Is it because you're a stoner, or
I'm actually not. I know, and it's so crazy. I'm like,
Canada is legal here.
It's all over.
Yeah, I don't know. I just really dig it. I just started listening to this band called Stoned Jesus, and they're from Switzerland, I think.
Yeah.
But they just have this like 70s rock and then like metal stoner like riffs and stuff, and it's heavy and it's cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bring the fuzz. Overdrive so loud, blast through all.
So
I love it.
So Thea,
you should be interviewing him.
Yeah.
He's jumping on. Yeah. You have you have a LinkedIn profile, I believe, right?
My gosh, I haven't touched that thing in forever.
Yeah, and I sent a request because I'm not on mine very often either. But I'm like, oh wow. So I saw you do writing, and then I kind of was filtering through and just doing some more digging around and stuff. And
digging around.
You write scripts, right? Like going back to your horror thing. Like, so you're not only going to be, acting soon, getting back into that the straight razor clip that Jimmy put up, the movie. But do you write movies? Is that something that you're doing?
I used to, yeah. I used to be a script writer.
No doubt.
I did work on a lot of scripts, and I think actually that's one of the reasons I stopped. Actually, the filmmaking world was that I kept getting leads, so we would have a producer interested in our script, and then we'd work on the script for like 3 years, and then it would get shelved or tabled.
Yeah.
And then we'd be trying to sell another script, and it just kind of like never took off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe, but I was trying to do big things. So now I think it's a different world where maybe we're starting to see more social media, like films and stuff. And how do I the small budget and
yeah. Well, it's funny you say that because Jimmy and I had done some small budget horror film for Halloween.
This is true.
You did.
Sort of did.
Yeah.
I was part 4, but Jimmy created something called The Pit and started a few years back, and it's a lot of fun. It was really cool time doing that.
I do every Halloween. I do like a 2 or 3 minute short. It's like I did one a couple years ago, and then it turned into a series because people were like, "Dude, are you gonna do another one for Halloween?" And I was like, "Oh, I feel obligated." So
cool.
We're coming up on the 4th year of doing it, and it's really ridiculous, but
a lot of fun.
I'll send you some links. It's super silly.
Yeah, totally check.
But creepy. I must say.
Yeah, and
creepy.
So when you guys do, like, say for instance the video that you did for Yolaka Turin, was it who's doing the filming and stuff when you guys are doing video stuff like that?
I was mainly doing the filming for that.
And then when there's obviously a shot of you, someone else's. But what kind of editing software are you using? Is it pretty?
Yeah, oh my gosh, I only have iMovie. Sorry, that sounds terrible.
No, it doesn't, because
Oh, it
that's
doesn't.
what I use. And I absolutely appreciate that, because I don't think it's necessarily the tool that you have. It's how you. It sounds really weird how you use it. But I'll have to edit that out later, folks. No, but it's like it's because you can dig deeper even with iMovie. I have found if you keep layering stuff and you really get into it and you just get creative with it, you can actually do a lot of stuff with it. So it's not
I agree, but I actually was an editor for a long time. I don't know if you saw that on there. I worked on Ghostly Encounters. Did you know that TV show?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was assistant editor on there. I don't get credit because only assistant. But
so okay.
But I was getting a lot of the facts and stuff. So we always had like Premiere Pro and stuff. And now that it's like a subscription, I just can't justify it unless I was like making money off that. It's just
no, I hear you. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of user friendly stuff that's out there that I think, depending on what it is you're doing with it, it really suffices. But what about music stuff? What are you guys doing for recording and whatnot? Is that all done at home, or do you have a studio or someone doing like production for you or something like that? Like
our drummer is like mainly he does most of the editing work. Like I have recording software, but yeah, he's been learning a lot about the production, like all the aspects of it. And not that we would love to go into like an actual studio and record. We just like haven't been able to do that right now. So it's just ourselves to do it all right now.
Do you guys, is there anything in Canada, like do they anticipate a time frame when things start to open up there or relax? I don't know how you guys are doing with like vaccines and shit like that. I mean, it's a shit show down here, I think. But
is it because what I hear is you guys have like millions of vaccines and we can't even get our shipment? It's like for some reason we can't get more for 3 weeks, so we're like way behind our target.
Yeah, and the funny part about the millions thing, there's like 330 to 50 million of us. I don't know.
It's I don't know.
Like Premiere was like, would the states just give us? Come on, you got like 1 million. Like, would you give us over here? Because we don't have like. Think of our population as the population of like California.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
me and Corey will grab some. We'll just take a trek up there.
So we're going.
We're getting to the camper and we're bringing some vaccines. Yeah.
We have to stay for months so I can get the second vaccine.
You just gotta let us know if there's like a tunnel under the ground we can go through. We don't have to go over a border. We can just.
I know, right?
Yeah, we can figure that out. We'll be golden.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
I don't know. Yeah, I've been like, I miss so much because honestly, one of the reasons I didn't go back to BC is because where I live now, I am so close to Detroit. Like not close, but it's 4 hours to Detroit.
Yep.
It's 45 minutes to Buffalo. It's like 10 hours, maybe 8 to 10 hours to New York. It's 7 hours to Pittsburgh. So I used to go to shows, like if Danzig was playing, I'd be like, I'm going to every show along the tour. And then when I was in BC, I was from Victoria, BC, so I was like stuck on an island. So it would take all day to get to a show, and you'd have to buy a hotel and everything. And so for me, the reason to stay here was to go to all the shows. And I'm basically in driving distance from you guys, from like New Orleans. Like if I really wanted to drive to Florida, I could.
Yeah.
I just like where I am that way. But it was a tough one. Anyways.
I'm not sure what was. It was funny. He literally said, "Hey guys, I want to get along all hunky dory, kumbaya for real on the news." Wait, who said that?
Was that our premiere?
Was that I have no idea.
Wow. Hunky dory.
Hunky dory.
Cheers to hunky dory.
I'm totally into being hunky dory. Of course.
I like hunky dory. That works.
But no, I'm just saying. I feel like the States is like, I miss it so much. Like being able to go down to shows down there and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's good. It's got to happen eventually. I mean, it's a very, very interesting time. And we just hopefully it's going to happen sooner than later. I mean, who knows? Like, but I think it's important to, like I said, to stay creative so we can all keep our sanity.
Sure.
You guys miss American toys and snack foods too.
Oh, we do. Oh my god!
Listen, if you need a care package, we got you. We got you covered.
Tell me that because I have a list.
Oh,
another list.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Listen, we're all about it. We like to stay connected. We like to help people out.
I need my Zapp's potato chips.
You want some? Oh, seriously, let me know what you guys want. I will send you. I already sent stuff that's actually illegal to Canada. Oh, well, what did I say? I mean, sorry. But I did not do that. But if you need some snacks,
what's happening here, guys? Just no.
that'll get us kicked off social media. Yeah. What do you want? What do you want? You want some? You want me to send a box with some?
Yeah, Christine.
Some dry ice and some cheeseburgers and something.
Dry ice.
Yeah, I'll pack some stuff in there.
Banana bread. That sounds really good.
Yeah.
What do you guys like for snack foods? What's he talking about here?
Stateside. Let's talk about it.
Well, honestly, I just like Zapp's potato chips. So
okay.
Zap. Yeah.
Yep.
But I'm sure my husband will have a whole list because he's like the snack food junkie.
Like Twinkies? You got Twinkies?
We got Twinkies.
There you go. Just send it over. Pizza. Yeah. We need some pizza.
Let me.
we live in Connecticut, which has probably got 4 of the top 10 pizza places in the country.
My god! Tell our guitarist that because he loves that.
Seriously though, honestly, we have probably 4 of the top 10 in the country in Connecticut.
We do. We really do.
And the pizza.
Yeah, great pizza in Connecticut.
Can you send it?
Yeah, we can figure it out.
That would have to be
on. Get some stealth stuff going on with some other things up to Canada. We can make things happen.
You would have to do a frozen pizza and you would have to do it on dry ice.
So our friend,
and you could use the dry ice in some future creepy videos. Like,
so Jimmy.
Oh my god!
Lenny and Ferreira, those guys used to send pizzas back to California and Vegas when they came to visit.
Oh yeah, it can be done.
It can be done. We can figure it out.
Probably not to Canada though. They'd have to check contents and ingredients. It would be like 5.
One of those things. Maybe we can get close enough to the border where I can flip one over to you like a frisbee. What do you think about that?
Everything that comes.
Come on, I get a pizza with you guys when this is all over.
That would be awesome.
Oh, we got the pizza. We got awesome. New Haven, actually. New Haven, which is close to us, is we have a battle between like New Haven pizza and New York pizza, actually. And a lot of people will definitely lean towards New Haven pizza. So
it's true.
Really? That's a big claim there.
Yeah, we have to make that happen. Have a little taste test.
But seriously, I'll get a box together of some Crush Kill Destroy swag and I'll put some snacks in there. I have no problem with that. Speaking of Crush Kill Destroy, this is why we do this stuff. And I always, in a lot of the episodes on the Crush Corner, we try to relate to the sentiment of what Crush Kill Destroy is. And it's kind of neat because listening to and looking at a lot of the Night Show songs and some of the the names of the songs, and being what you're into, which is the horror stuff. And, it has a lot to do with the darker side of things, and maybe a little more, it's zombies and, like, I don't know what's a good word for it, Corey, to relate to what it is that we're delivering, because a lot of people they'll look at the crush, kill, destroy thing and immediately, and it's actually neat because you can probably relate to. I was influenced by the old oh God, it's gonna escape me now. My dad used to like chase us around the house, and he would pretend to be the robot from Lost in Space.
Yeah.
And he was like, crush, kill, destroy. He would like chase us around the house as kids. So it's actually, the name kind of comes from that, but mostly from my dad, and it was built on the fact that he was this guy that was just a dude that, like, he put his heart into everything that he did, and he put 100% into it. And then coming into the new age, where you have these relatable words to where you can use those words as a positive thing to accomplish something, or to push through something. We fucking crushed it. Yo, you're killing that. Dude, you fucking destroyed that. It was awesome. So that's where the name and the idea actually comes from. And it's neat and I think even too with what you guys do as a band, and you're embracing, even growing up and being attracted to the horror, which you can say that too. You say, wow, you're into horror. That's like, oh my God, so gruesome. But you grasp onto something that makes you feel good, and it's there's a lightheartedness about it, because it's all creative. It's not something you're like, I wish the world turned into a bunch of zombies. It's an outlet for an expression of creativity, and it's fun, and a lot of people are entertained, and they feel kind of like happy with fear in a as entertainment. You go see a scary movie, you're like, oh my God, that was so good, dude, I was so freaking out. So you have that positive element.
The Walking Dead, right? I mean, Jesus, that franchise alone is like, it's pretty, it's crazy how many people can't wait for that thing to get going again,
So yeah, but
like
you
roller coaster, right? Like I see it as like, it's kind of like you get like this roller coaster effect. You get scared. I love to get scared. It's rare that I get scared, but yeah, if it does happen, I'm very excited about it.
So like, outside of the the black and white horror, the historic, everything stems from all that fun stuff. Is there any more like modern horror that you like, slasher? I mean, like, I'm a huge Michael Myers. I mean, the original Halloween is like such a great movie. Even the recent one they did, I thought was pretty damn good. Original Friday the 13th. Is there anything like for you that, outside of some of the classic stuff, that sticks out as stuff that inspires like some of that, that flame for you for horror?
Yeah, actually, like, I've been surprised. There's been a lot of films that I've really liked lately, or like, I just watched, I think it was Lelou's Flowers of Evil on Shudder, and it was a Spanish horror. Like, there's a lot of horror witchcraft movies right now, and I'm loving that. Like, I really enjoyed that, and of course, The Witch, which I think kind of like
awesome
started this like a culty kind of movie.
Yeah, and that's total. That's like total New England too. That's like yeah. I don't know, Corey. I don't know if you saw that. You should probably watch that. I actually need to rewatch that.
I have not seen that.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I got to rewatch that one.
And it's just the feeling of it, like that creepy feeling, like,
oh yeah. It's so uncomfortable. I love it.
Like the shivers on the back of your spine, and I felt that with the Lose one, the Flowers of Evil one too.
That I have not seen. I think a lot of people with the Witch, it was they had that the dialect, the way they were talking was super old New England, so it was like some people I talked to, they couldn't get past. They were having a tough time with the way they were talking to each other.
How about The Conjuring? Like, were you like, Did you see that movie?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Like
Yeah.
so, did those type of movies do anything, or is there something about those movies that is like?
I feel, yeah, it's all right. I like I don't want to, I don't know. It's really hard to like impress me because I'm just like, go back to the original, The Haunting.
Yeah,
Like it has to be, if it's a ghost movie, it has to be something like that's new for me. You know,
I got you. Yeah. Well, you got I mean, Amityville Horror.
I love I love 70s, 80s.
Yeah. Oh my God, Scanners and like just all those. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. 70s, 80s was like, oh my God.
Yeah, of course.
Great.
Jason, Friday the 13th, everything that happened in that generation. It just feels like, can we do that again? I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you see? There's one movie that comes to mind, more recent. I think it was The Ritual. Did you see The Ritual? Or The Ritual.
Yeah.
I think it's a shoot. I don't know if it's a It's like shoot. I think I don't know if it's Norwegian like folklore kind of stuff, but it's like these guys go out into the woods to hike and camp, and you're not sure if it's supernatural stuff or a monster movie type stuff. I think it's The Ritual. That's actually a good one. I think you might dig that.
Oh yeah, I'll look that up for sure.
So you going back to what I was talking about, like you obviously have your hands in a lot of things, you with everything that you're doing creatively and stuff, and it seems like you're pretty driven, and you're creating music, you're doing the theremin and laying down some tracks for a bunch of these bands, you're doing stuff with Night Chill, you're making costumes and whatnot. Do you feel like there's do you have an influence in your life that encourages you, or has encouraged you in the past to kind of embrace this stuff and be like, you know what, especially the theremin as an example, it's probably not something, if you're in school as a kid, that's like, I want to play the theremin. I was like, and that's one of the reasons why I appreciate that, because my first instrument was the accordion.
That's awesome. That's a good mine was the trumpet. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so it's that's something that's maybe a little bit different, and you're doing stuff, and you're into the horror stuff, which not everybody digs, and not everyone gets why someone would be attracted to it. They can't really pick out the creative aspects of it, or the lightheartedness of it, or what it makes you feel like. So do you have any one person that really influenced you, or it still does now, that's like, you know what, you're into this, and fucking embrace it and go for it, and put both feet into it, and just fucking do what you do because you're fucking good at it?
I'm gonna be embarrassed if I say, because it's probably dancing, because
really,
I doesn't give a shit. Like, he just does what he wants to do. Like, look at his movie. I mean, who gets away with making a movie? Did you see that movie?
Oh yeah, that's the it's but that's good. You have to have someone to be like, yeah, that's awesome. Right.
He is. It's like he doesn't care. He's just doing what he wants to do. Like, he doesn't. Which is
great. And that's awesome. That's awesome that you said that, because I think that's to be able to say that and be like, I don't care. Like, I like this. I embrace it, and I'm just doing it, and I'm going to do a good job at it. And I'm
just going to own it. Like, people laughing at this movie. He doesn't care. He's like, it's a cult classic now. He's like good with that.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's a really great point. And back to why we do what we do with Crush Kill Destroy. That's I think that's what made me admire my dad for what he did, because this guy was like pocket protector, slacks, and a button-down shirt, and he worked in a factory.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and he owned it, and like, this is someone that was so free of judgment that it was like he didn't think twice about it. Like, the stuff that he said that came out of his mouth was corny. The things that he did were goofy and questionable, but he was just like, there was nothing outside of him pushing him one way or another. He was walking through life with this free of fear of judgment. He was like, I don't care. He wasn't even thinking about it. So that is a great example.
I love that, because for me, it's taken so long to realize it doesn't matter, to just be myself and be like, it doesn't matter what somebody else thinks. And a lot of that was in filmmaking and that sort of thing, when you're always writing a script and trying to please a producer.
Yeah,
sure.
You're not, the script becomes so removed from who you are, whereas now we have this platform to be independent makers, like putting out what we want to without any input. And for me, I just truly think that now I'm finally stepping into who I was always meant to be, and so liberating, right?
I think we
bravo.
Cheers to that. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that we have an opportunity to embrace exactly what you said, especially now because there is so much uncertainty. You know, here we are, we're all going about our business, and then the world is like, pandemic, you know, like, fuck you guys, you can't do what you want. So it's like you take a couple steps back, and it's like, oh wow, this is real deal stuff. It's like, wow, now I have to kind of reassess stuff. And in that reassessment, you're kind of like, you know what, I really better embrace what I love, because nothing, we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. So I think that's a really great point. So
and I don't know if you're having the same thing, and I don't know if it's just because we have so many limitations on us right now, but I feel like for me and probably everyone I know is we're kind of facing our own demons right now, and that's why I kind of think horror is because you're working with those demons and your dark side and embracing it and basically moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just being able to like actually have the time to do that, and we'll get out of this and stronger, right?
Absolutely. And we will travel to Canada to bring snacks.
And we'll always come to the Crush Corner and just bring everybody together and have a good time and just cheers, and that's it.
Right. I really
and enjoy snacks.
Super awesome. I'm gonna do a little CKD promo, and then I think we'll do some trivia if you can help us. The only thing with the trivia is you definitely can't answer because they're super easy, and I don't want you to answer them, and your husband cannot.
You'll probably ace them.
Yeah. So a little couple seconds break here. I can stretch my arms, and then we'll do some trivia. Yeah, everybody watching, please follow CKD Clothing on Instagram and check out the website and buy some shit if you want to. You don't have to.
You're so nice. Are you Canadian? I forgot you're half.
Well, I talked to you about that. Well, I was out and about, and someone. This is so.
You said about.
Yeah, years ago, I and you can ask my wife the same thing. Like I told someone, or someone said to me, they asked me that just from talking to me. They said, they were like, "Are you from Canada?" And I was like, "No, I'm not from Canada." But maybe it comes out with a couple of drinks. I don't know.
Oh.
Look. And that it's okay. You don't have to buy anything.
It's okay. You don't have to buy it. Is that a Canadian thing? I don't even know.
Yeah. No, don't worry.
Don't worry about it. No.
Yeah.
All right. So we are going to do, this is, like I said, I think it's I think it's pretty easy, but I like to give free shit away. So we're gonna do some trivia right now.
Yes.
It's time to destroy trivia. Okay, so what we are going to do, which I thought was kind of fun, we're gonna do. I'm gonna show a still from a movie, and you have to name the movie that the theremin was part of its soundtrack. So you are definitely not allowed to answer any of these because they're super easy, and I think you probably mentioned a couple of them already. Christine's she's on it, like she kills it. I think I'm like piling stuff up for Christine for the last couple episodes because she's so good at it. She's real quick. And we actually encourage people to Google stuff because we're like, just try to figure it out. There's no cheating. We don't care.
No.
We just want to.
Yeah, just get there.
We just want to get Crush, Kill, Destroy swag to people.
Let's do it.
And
spread the word.
Help spread the word. So right off the bat, the first movie scene. So name the movie that the theremin was part of its soundtrack. First one, super easy. So we can show this for a couple minutes, let people soak it up, and then they can try to figure it out and see what they come up with. So you definitely mentioned this movie, and I saw the YouTube video that you were playing. So that's a hint if you want to jump on.
Huh?
I
may have mentioned it twice.
Good hint. Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, right?
Thank you.
Look at you. Christine, that's funny, but
nope, that is not correct. This is actually
true.
This is actually I don't know what this is my wife. I think she has awoken from putting our daughter to sleep, and she's trying to jump in on the trivia right now. It's not Duck Dodgers.
Duck Dodgers.
You,
Christine, I like that where you went, but no, that's good movie. No.
I was so.
No. Did you see the picture, people? So there's black and white. Let's start there. So if you start there and you go back and you think of when color television started, let's go. Come on, we could. It's building blocks.
So when Corey and I put the stuff together, we okay, somebody got here. Oh, Jeff.
Jeff is the man behind King Sexy, guitar player, songwriter.
Yeah, so I think Night Chill just started following King Sexy, which Jeff will be stoked about, and I'm actually really excited. Jeff is the brainchild and singer of King Sexy. So if you have a chance, check out King Sexy.
Sure.
Tracy, that might have been remade with Tom Cruise.
No, that's no. That's the Tis the Lobster costume. Oh, that's no. You're talking about the what's the oh my god, the
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's not the
sci-fi.
What's the Orson Welles remake, Taya?
Shit.
Yeah.
My god, what the fuck is it?
It's right there. I can't think of it. I know what you're talking about.
Tom Cruise was
Oh my god, what the fuck is it? I actually interesting fact. War of the Worlds.
Hey, War of the Worlds. Thank you.
So we had my mom told me about that broadcast with Orson Welles. She actually heard that broadcast.
Really?
She heard the broadcast, which was I don't know if it had correct. To be the what's that?
Did she think it was real?
Everyone did at the time. It happened very quickly, but yeah, it was like I'm not sure it was the 50s. but after the fact, I had the War of the Worlds as a kid. It was my folks. I had it on vinyl, the story and everything. It was pretty intense. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Keanu. There's a Keanu thing going here.
I don't know what Tracy's talking about. All right, number two. So this is actually this is another black and white film, and I want to say 1945. I could be wrong. Name the movie that the theremin was part of its soundtrack. This is not a picture of me and Corey.
Although it could be.
It could be, but it is not.
It's not.
Actor wise, I'm not really sure, but this one might be a little bit trickier, and I can give
Jimmy Stewart and Tim Conway. No, it's not.
It's not. No, it does look like Jimmy Stewart, but it's not. This is. I can tell you that in the title of this one, Weekend is part of the title, but it's the something Weekend.
So think about it.
Tell us about Roberts, Jimmy Stewart.
You got a bottle of booze, 2 guys,
This was the only one
and
that
a weekend.
thought that I might be a little bit tougher.
No, not Spellbound.
No.
Is it a drunk Ray Milland? No.
Spellbound. No, it's drinking. Do you know this one, Taya?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, this one I thought would be one of.
Now I'm like curious. Got theremin?
Well, because
So-
it's got that. This picture for sure, for me anyway, speaks Western.
It does, but it not necessarily, dude. And I think
That's where it's tricky.
I could tell you guys this if you want to find the answer, you can Google theremin and film.
Crap.
You could Google
Theremin Film Weekend.
theremin films. I thought it was a Wonderful Life, considering you mentioned Jimmy Stewart, but it's not actually Jimmy Stewart.
I kind of Jimmy Stewart. Sorry, Jeff.
If you want to, like I said, if you Google theremin and film soundtracks, it's probably going to come up.
Probably. He's right.
There were a lot of other.
Tough.
It's
That's
tough.
like, and that's I like you chose the still of them drinking.
But of course, it's actually what Christine? We already got past the date here. It's still. It is not Weekend in Bernie. Although I really
Great movie.
I really love that. You can find it pretty easy on Google. This is true.
And thank you, Tracy, because that's what we promote here.
And Tracy knows best because I knew we would not get through this without Christine guessing something, because she's awesome. All right, moving on. Number 3, and I really like this one a lot, and I think that you will know this right away, Tam. So this one, number 3.
And I learned something about this.
Yeah. Do you know who the actor is in this?
Which I just still cannot believe to this moment right now as I gaze.
Yeah, it's so crazy. So I can tell you.
Dimitri, what's up, buddy?
I gave it away. Okay, well, no, actually, it's not given away.
No, but
So this is correct.
you are correct about the actor.
This is not. I think Michelle. She's got Buck Rogers for every guest tonight. Michelle.
Oh, I love it.
So that is right. That's actually Leslie Nielsen, which I think is incredible. And if you find other stills from this movie with him like front on, like you're like, oh my god, it's Leslie Nielsen. It's like so awesome.
Weird.
It's so cool.
But this is a good one, and the robot is so wacky. I love that fucking robot.
That's yes, that is Leslie right there. Profile.
I think, yeah, it is. Look that up. Look it up, Tracy. It's so cool. I think Leslie Nielsen, man, his brother was a Canadian politician. Interesting. I didn't know that.
Bam.
Michelle's going to answer Buck Rogers for everything, which is
okay.
Cool. I think
we like Buck.
I think any trivia that we do, if Michelle pops on, she should, whatever we ask, the answer should just be Buck Rogers
forever
for everything. So
yeah, going forward.
all right, guys, come on. It's on.
Do
It's
it,
out
buddy.
there. It's in the It's in the internet. It's in the Google. Do it.
It's not hard. You can do it.
And as you guys are thinking, I just want to remind everybody, if they want to follow you and see what you got going on, Taya, right? Ghouligal on Instagram. Follow the band _Night Chill on Instagram, and then definitely check out Bandcamp. I have I just got one single, and I definitely want to get some more stuff because I'm really digging it.
What up, Dimitri? You're funny.
Robbie was the robot. The girl was wrong.
Robbie made his rounds.
Let's
Jeff,
see.
what's up, buddy?
All right, guys, come on. We're gonna move on to the next one if you can't get it.
I'm gonna scream it out.
Just let Night Chill.
All right, Night Chill. You want to do?
Oh wait, we got one. Jeff
is on the Google. Woo! Jeff, I owe you a lot of stuff. Okay.
You go, Jeff.
Woo! Forbidden Planet. Check it out. Find some
thank you,
more
Tracy, for your good hints. Pay attention to Tracy Rose, people. Come on now.
Okay. Number 4. We got 2 more. This one I think is pretty easy. And going back, and I saw this movie twice, and I saw, oh yeah, it's the theremin is definitely in there. Number 4. What movie? Boom.
Oh God, this should be so like boom, like bam.
Oh wait. Oh no, Christine got it. Okay, I'll send you guys stuff. Christine, I do see that you got it right before Jeff's. My eyes are very slow, but I'll send both you guys some stuff anyway. So Tracy says this one's easy.
That's right.
Buck
Rogers, thank you, Buck.
Hey, Michelle got it. No, just kidding. You know this, right?
Oh yeah.
I know it just pops. Like I mean, if you've seen the movie, that should pop.
But I think what's neat is
the sweater should definitely.
I think what's neat is actually not knowing much about the.
Is that Bruce Jenner?
Not knowing much about the or some people won't recognize the theremin right away, and then watching a movie that has theremin in it, and then going back and listening and be like, oh wow, that's a theremin. Once you maybe learn a little bit more about the theremin and what it sounds like and stuff. So that's pretty neat, because a lot of these movies I actually didn't. You're engaged in watching the movie and stuff, and I love soundtracks, but right away you might not pick out the theremin. Maybe it's going to sound like a violin or something, or voice, like you said. So that's kind of neat to go back.
Ding ding.
Jeff's killing it tonight. Jeff,
you go, Jeff.
All right, guys. I have the last one, and I feel that it is the only you could convince your friends to get baptized. You can make a monster movie. I feel that the last one is the easiest one, which I didn't realize that the theremin was in this movie, and I absolutely love this movie.
Oh,
yeah.
Little shout out to Thea. You are a badass, just so you know that. This is an awesome movie, and really actually freaked me out when I saw it.
Good movie.
Yeah, just like totally freaked me out.
Not Batman.
It's not.
Oh wait, Dimitri.
Yeah.
Dimitri
got it. Boing, 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 boing. All right. Woo! You guys are awesome.
Nice job.
Yay. The car one. I don't know which one this time.
Car one.
All right, these guys did.
Wearing women's clothes makes me feel closer to women. Ed Wood. There you go, Jeff. You're a man.
At the end of the night comments. I love it.
Dimitri!
What a great night. So I totally appreciate you hanging out with us, Taya. That was super cool. I love the theremin. I actually, if you want to consider doing some music stuff together, I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah.
And I could send some stuff, see what happens, and it'd be pretty cool. But I hope
on the show. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for taking time. We definitely appreciate it. And I'll definitely get some stuff together for you guys. I want to send some Crush Kill Destroy stuff out, and I will make a point of sending some snacks from the States.
It's gonna happen.
If you have any requests,
thank you.
You can definitely let me know, and I will include those snacks in there.
Oh, we'll start making a list.
Make that list.
I'll be out shopping. I'll be shopping like, oh my god! I'm like, what? Why do you have?
We gotta drive to Florida.
Go to the store, so we might.
No andouille sausage from New Orleans though, because I don't know if we can get there.
Oh, that's fine.
We'll try.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, hopefully when things open up and the world gets to some kind of stability or something, you could get back into trekking through the States. And if you guys make it through New England, we could show you the best pizza. Do they have a Trader Joe's in Canada? I don't know if they have Trader Joe's.
No, we don't. It's so sad. We go to Buffalo to go to Trader Joe's. I go around Halloween. I love those pumpkin Pop-Tarts.
Oh yeah.
We one thing.
I'm with you.
They're so good.
They are good.
I miss those.
Duly noted.
There's
pumpkin.
Big hands.
Got it.
Wait. What so we what's the deal with cheese curd? Is that a across the board Canada thing? But because I know in Montreal, I know there's the different areas like the cheese curd was everywhere. When I would go, you could stop in a gas station. It was like you could buy a little bag of.
But that's closer to Montreal.
Okay, yeah.
Poutine's like the big.
Oh, poutine, and then like everywhere I went, I would buy like cheese curd, which is actually they call it like squeaky cheese. I call it squeaky cheese, which I.
You know what? I'm vegan and I don't eat it, but I do miss it. And I miss you have that string cheese in the States.
Oh yeah.
We can get that here. So
I could send some of that, even if you don't. Even if you don't eat it, I could send you some. If you want some string cheese, we can make that happen.
Maybe it's hot on the street. You can mark up the price on the string cheese.
Yeah, if you could get the cape. If once you finish the capes, you get the cape and you put the string cheese in the cape, and you're like, I got string cheese.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, oh my God, man, I got the string cheese right here.
I don't know if I want to string anyone on.
don't want to string them on, right? Spray cheese. You guys want some spray cheese? I will definitely hook you up with spray cheese if you want.
Yeah, that's
cheese whiz all day.
Nunchucks are made out of these comments.
Nunchucks made out of string cheese.
You guys, black market. I think
you guys start in on it because we're always talking about the string cheese up here.
Really?
Why doesn't
novelty?
Maybe Nigel could.
It's like all chemical or something. I don't know.
Maybe
business venture for Canada.
Could do like you could do a song and a video, and you could do like some weird like a Japanese type like ninja movie and and it could be like string cheese nunchucks like awesome. Yeah, that's a new project we could work on,
Sounds fun.
String cheese.
All right, my friends, I think we've taken enough of Taya's time. Thank you so much for doing this. It was a blast, and I really appreciate it.
Best of luck with everything you got going on. Awesome.
You too. I really appreciate it.
And we'll continue to follow you and Night Chill on social media and reach out and say hello. And I'll start getting the package of American snacks and other goodies together.
Yeah, string it up. Let's go.
We're gonna make it happen.
Cheesy.
And we're gonna cheers to Canada.
Cheers to the U.S.
Our
Thank
neighbors
you.
in the north, and to better times and healthier and safer times and more relaxed time, and to staying creative in all things that we do. And we're gonna go out. We're gonna end the show with a Night Chill song, if that's okay with you.
Of course.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
Cheers.